Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm gonna put to test a bunch of products I am getting rid of, things that did not make the cut in my life. I am always bringing new products in and getting rid of things that didn't perform, so I thought it would be fun to do kind of a throwback video and put all of the bad bin items together on my face. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see if magically I change my mind about any of these items. I love all of these brands. I wanna say there are other products from every single one of these brands that I absolutely obsess over. So no shade to any one brand. I just didn't think these were it. Whew! I haven't done one of these videos in a minute. I used to do these videos all the time and I would end up with the craziest looking makeup. I am not intentionally trying to make the makeup look bad. I want to throw that out there. I am going to try and make it look good. We shall see how that goes. Fingers crossed. Hey, ASMR moment. Okay, a lot of you guys were like, I love the rings, Tati, keep them on. For my own sanity, I'm gonna take the middle finger rings off for right now. We'll put them back on at the end. All right, we're gonna go in first with a primer that made no sense to me whatsoever. It's like putting straight up mousse on your face. Like, do I put this in my hair? You know, we all know, volumize it, get it. But to use this texture as a primer, I just did not understand. Why? Oh, it feels so wrong. It feels like I'm just drenching my already sunscreened, moisturized face in an essence or a water, and it feels like it's making things sticky and gummy, and I just did not like this Milk Makeup Cloud Glow. Bought this myself, you know, wanted to give it a good go, and it just feels wrong. I'm having a sensory issue. It actually feels like the texture of sticky mousse. It doesn't really make the makeup grip any better either. All in all, I feel like I wasted my money on this one, so you are on your way out. Something that I absolutely love from Milk, which I want to give a shout out because I've been reaching for it so much, are the Jelly Stain blushes. They look like a push-up pop. It looks like candy. The stain is beautiful. It wears all day long. Love those. Literally, you can't see behind me, but if the camera were to go, you would see I have them proudly on display. All right, moving on, we're gonna go into another brand that I love so much. Like, their cream bronzers are everything to me. The foundation, no, absolutely not. Greasy, sticky, bunchy, putty, doesn't sink in the skin, exaggerates texture. It just does a number of things not great in my opinion. This is from Say. This is the Slip Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 35 Sunscreen Tinted Moisturizer. So technically, this is not really like a full coverage foundation by any means, but I just don't like the texture. I have an issue with the pump too. Come on. Seriously? Okay, that's annoying. I'm having to squeeze it out from the container. It smells like Crayola crayons. It smells like Crayola crayons. I love natural makeup. I'm here for it. I love it, but sometimes the scent needs something to mask whatever is going on because it can smell just like old expired makeup, and I can't stand that. I just can't stand that. I know I'm hard to please. I'm like, I don't want too much fragrance, but I don't mind a little. You know when you put something on your face and you're like, I feel my pores screaming and I'm gonna get a breakout. That's kind of how I feel. Barely any coverage, feels sticky, has that like, where like I can fingerprint on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like after it's been blended in and then you can like press on an area and it like fingerprints. I don't got time for that. I don't want that. All right, let's go into a concealer that I used in a throwback products I had forgotten about video. And the more I used it, I was like, man, I guess concealer has improved since this was launched, because it's one of those that you put on and looks really nice at first. And then throughout the day, comparing it to other things I have on hand, I was like, this is like creasing quite a bit. It's just too emollient. I think this is the Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics. Getting rid of it because I wore it several times, like not even just a few times. I was like, wow, this is great. Like I am so back into this. Like, see, it looks pretty nice, right? Tap it on with your finger. It looks really good. But even if you set this really beautifully, it starts to really crease throughout the day because it is that thick texture that just wants to settle in lines. And I feel like there are so many other concealers out there with more innovative technology that have skincare ingredients, you know, different things that are going to help minimize creasing, that I just don't think we need this anymore. It's been outdone. All right, let's go into some liquid blush. Now, when I said that I liked every single one of these brands, except maybe this one. I don't know. A lot of people are a-okay that this is a dupe brand. I did an entire video. I went to Kroger. I picked everything out myself. I was shocked by how expensive the products were for one, but also how spot on the package and the theming and the product, like the dupes are not even like kind of a dupe. It's like a copycat dupe. This is the brand MCO Beauty. There were a couple items that were okay. I'll link that video below, but majority, I was just like, no. Let's go ahead and blush up the face with these blush drops. They are very sheer. This is like the Drunk Elephant drops, but this is just not, it's like sweaty blush. This is what I said in my last video, is like, why do we want such sweaty makeup? You need some level of powder or some type of finishing situation if you're gonna go crazy with the creams. They slip and slide around and they can actually enhance a lot of what you might not want to enhance. It's giving sauna, it's giving hot day, it's giving marathon. It is not giving glam. All right, we're gonna move into the MCO Miracle Flawless Pressed Powder. This is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. This does not come anywhere close. The finishing powder from Charlotte Tilbury is just one of the best, and this is just, I'm afraid, right? It is like, it's not great. This is one that if you like go kind of hard with, it's a translucent powder, but if you go hard with it at all, it is gonna give you this chalky finish. I'm gonna go in with a powder brush just to see if I can make it a little bit, but nope, that didn't really do it either. At least it took down the shine, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you didn't expect to see this product in this video from Beauty Blender. I love so much from Beauty Blender, and I did really enjoy these for a while, but then I was looking through my bronzer drawer. I have so many others that I enjoy so much more. When you're editing product out, you have to look at what is kind of not making the cut. Like, what are the things that you are reaching for the most and what just isn't getting it done anymore? And this just is not getting it done anymore, but also I kind of wanted to give it like one last go and be like, but maybe, you know, so this is one of those like maybe items. No, it just does not blend the way like Makeup by Mario or the Say bronzer, even like Milani has a great cream bronzer. Catrice has a great cream bronzer. There are so many other cream bronzers that I have that look nicer on the skin. So I am gonna get rid of this. It's not terrible. Definitely not layering the greatest on top of other products that I don't love. So take that into consideration, but I'm over it. I need some brows, and I only use a handful of brow products. I like Benefit and Anastasia. I have some brow gels that I really like. I still use the Ardell brow gel. And then for powders, I really like Rare Beauty. I like e.l.f.'s little bite-sized brow thing. I don't really fuss around too much with different brow products. I try a lot of them. I hope they'll work out. 9 times out of 10, they do not. So this is one that's just gotta go. This is the Almay Brow Pencil in Universal Taupe. This guy's just too creamy. It's too creamy and it's too pigmented, and it just doesn't do what Brow Wiz does. As far as investment goes, like where you should spend and splurge, like for me, my brows aren't a pain in my butt, so I will always spend the money on a Brow Wiz pencil. The texture of it's just right. I know what to expect. Same thing with Benefit pencils. Not to say that you can't find something great at the drugstore, but there are just certain categories that I feel like higher end just does better. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just like immediately the pigmentation is just so intense that it kind of gives you that throwback. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was like 2014, 2015 when we were really going hard with the pomades. Okay, I did it too. I had not full block brows, but like I look back at some videos and I'm like, yo, we are trying to belong, you know? Yeah, I mean, right? Like, how do you even fix that? This is just way too creamy. It has the texture of an eyeliner. My brow anxiety is really like full throttle right now. It's coming through. Okay. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? And now we need to even this out. And I swear I am not trying to make this look trash. It's just like I'm barely using any pressure. That's what this video is for. All right, this video is to do the makeup and share the struggle, because I would say if you have a fuller brow, you don't need this much pigmentation. And at the same time, if you have a thin brow, why do you need this much pigmentation? It's gonna be very noticeable. You're not gonna get realistic, fine hair-like strokes, which you get with a finer tip with more of a chalky consistency to the actual pencil. This is just like, literally, I could line my eyes with this. It's crazy to me. Moving on. You know what we need? We need a little sparkle, a little glitz. Let's go into the Physicians Formula Diamond Dust. Now, I like the packaging on this. I really wanted to like it, but it just looks weird on the skin in my opinion. Ooh, it's kind of hard to open. I am gonna go in with my finger because it's almost impossible to get anything on the skin with a brush. That's one of my complaints. It feels very similar to one of the Fenty highlighters. It's not, well, I guess it is kind of that putty texture. Do you see? It's kind of like the Fenty highlights, but this just doesn't show up on the skin and it just looks freaking weird. It's like you can see exactly where you put the highlight and it doesn't really move or blend out. It's hard to apply with a brush. It's not wet enough. It just has too many issues. I don't like it. Bronzer. Let's go into Lawless. This is the Summer Skin Velvet Matte Bronzer in Golden Hour. I think I really wanted to like this, so I was really nice about how I felt about this at first. It is talc free, and I really love that. Talc can clog pores, make you break out, all that stuff. But this blotches, and that's my issue with it. It's a nice color, but the way that it wears throughout the day is a no-fly zone for me. And I love Lawless. I love their lip products. I love a lot of their eyeshadows. Like, it's a great, great brand. This one just did not do it. I think we should set the bad brows with a product that I accidentally ordered 3 of. And it turns out it's a product that I just don't like at all, from Maybelline. This is the Super Lock Brow Glue. It's crunchy. I think that Milani makes a wax setting gel that's better. The Ardell one is way better. The problem with this, you can get your brow hairs to go straight up for sure. Oh my God. It works against you and not with you. And it has kind of that shiny finish. I'm not a fan. I think the Ardell is way better, and the Ardell one, oh my gosh, once it sets, you're done until you wash your face. This gives you a little bit of that gel hairspray brow dandruff thing. So I like a formula that's a little bit softer, that still has incredible crazy hold. So this was just not it. We're gonna go into a little Glossier. This is the Monochromes in Prairie. Really pretty color setup. It doesn't last. It's very powdery. I don't think it's worth the money for the monochrome situation. Of course, I thought that would be amazing. Like, wow, like how genius. This is so great for an on-the-go, like little palette situation. But I feel like it's missing something. Like it's missing something. Also, these 2 colors, the 2 more metallic colors that are in here, are so similar. Am I changing my mind about the shadow? It's not terrible. The problem is though, it just does not last. Like even with a primer and what have you, for some reason, this in a couple hours is creasing and it looks faded on me, even though I do really love these colors. Like I think they're very, very flattering. Moving on, let's line a little bit with the Infallible liner from L'Oreal. I don't like that it has so much of a slip to it. For me, I look for a black pencil to be very matte. Not everyone feels that way. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but that for me is what I desire. And then this one just has too much smudginess and it does move into my waterline, which also is not something that I am loving. So you have this little smudger guy on the other end and you can go in and kind of smoke things out. This is a very long wearing product, but it still somehow manages to migrate and smudge into my tear duct whenever I use this. So points deducted for that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not hating the eyes. I'm not hating the eyes. Let's go ahead and curl and use the worst mascara that I have purchased in a very long time that I spent a lot of money on, from La Perla. Okay, this, it stinks. It smells like rotten roses, if that's like a fragrance you can imagine. So expensive. I'm understanding why La Perla makeup just never took off. so much money for not a lot of show up, you know? Like I am like blinking in here. I am doing the most and it's just not doing much. The wand drives me batty. It literally is the weirdest shape to me. Like it curves. Like what is that? For the price, I just expect more. I expect it to not smell like it is spoiled because it does have that kind of rotten, dirty scent to it. And I would like a little more separation, lift, and volumization to the lashes. Also, the brush shape is a miss for me. It flakes a little bit. It's not like a problem with the wear. It's just the actual application itself. The packaging's really, really pretty. But this was a total pass. Ooh, we're getting into lips. I have a lip liner from Moira. Now, I love Moira. Affordable makeup. They're really, really on it with like cool launches and they just have great quality typically with their products. Their lip liner, I really wanted to love these, but it's just too firm in my opinion. Like it doesn't have enough creaminess. There's just something about it that kind of balls, pills, and has a little too much firmness to it. It's like a waxy, firm texture that is just not my favorite. Now, I also have a bunch of lip products right here. I thought another video that would be really fun for me to film. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I found a big, huge bin of makeup from Los Angeles. It's definitely all expired, but I think they were components that I kept on hand to be like, I like this kind of plastic and look at this component and this doe foot applicator. Because when you are in the business of creating product, when you work with labs, you usually want examples visually of like, this is the kind of pump I like. This is the kind of texture feel I want on the outside packaging. These are kind of like the high notes that I'm looking for. This is what I'm not looking for. So I used to always keep absolutely everything for reference. We've got like some Natasha Denona in here. We have got NARS in here. This is definitely discontinued. This is Cape Town. I'm living dangerously right now. That's actually kind of pretty. I mean, that's like in your face. That is an in your face metallic. But there's something satisfying about that. Okay, let's just like play for a minute and let me know. Do you want to see like a full face of expired makeup? Yikes. 2016, literally bringing all of 2016 back. Okay, this was fun. The Jill Stewart line, I actually liked a lot of the products that they brought out. They were kind of overpriced. I don't think the line ever really took off, but they had, oh my God. Ugh. Okay, this is a dangerous game that I'm playing. That was so expired that it smelled like vomit. Ugh. NARS ones don't smell that bad. Oh, why am I doing this? Weird applicator. It's that plastic applicator. I think I'm probably better off swatching those, but let me know. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see like the throwback makeup that I held onto for some unknown reason? Let me know. I'm gonna go in with this Hello Kitty, very cute packaging from Pixi. This is the Milky Setting Mist. Now, I love the Milky Mist. What I don't like about this particular limited edition Hello Kitty version is the scent is so potent and it's exactly what I don't want to smell like. So I am getting rid of it, but just to give the honor of like a final send off of this video, I am gonna go ahead and spritz the face. Yep. It just does not smell very good. Everything said and done, you guys. Like, I don't hate my makeup. I just know that there's so much better out there. And I know that because I try it all. So I tend to be really, really hard on product. You guys hopefully enjoy that and see value in my channel because I am so hard on product. And because I often like to bring forth to you guys like my best picks that I compare and I want them to hit every high note. I try to think of as many people as I can when I'm reviewing products. So yeah, these just aren't it. Makeup is so personal. If you enjoyed any of these, please keep using and loving them. I always give that disclaimer. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, do the things, and go and have a good one. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.